Good evening, everybody. We got My Wild Home in here tonight,
Hello.
and
Hi.
I've been watching their channel for a while now. In fact, I had to go back and binge watch everything that they did because we'll get into talking about it. But there was a certain thing they were doing that encouraged me to want to go back and watch everything else. So who do we got in the chat tonight? We've got Curmudge in Alaska, FW, Marianne Bimler, Coffee Walks and Whatever.
Oh, wow.
Rebel at Heart. Is that where all those hearts go? No, that's just Rebel at Heart doing that. There's Deb, Mrs. Coffee Walks and Whatever.
Oh, hi, Deb and OJ.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Addison Wood, that's my son. Hi, son.
Hello. How you doing? And Alaska's Last Frontier, Cora Phelps, Lynn the Okie, Addison F. Wood.
That's my boy.
Wow, they're really coming in here. Yeah. Okay. MT Homestead said, "Give them all the hearts," and that's what they're doing.
Aw, thank you.
Sherman Family Farm and Grilling Addiction with Nick. Well, we'll catch up with the chat a little bit. Let's get going here. How you guys doing this evening?
Doing great. Thank you.
Very well.
I can't actually see very well without putting these on from time to time, so I hope you don't mind, but it's this old age thing. Yeah.
How dare you wear glasses?
Yeah.
So what did you get to do today? And where are you right now?
Right now, we are on the road on our way to the island with a load full of stuff. And we've had a couple of challenges, but again, you'll probably see those at some point in the future. So I won't tell too much about it, but we are in a hotel. Yeah, we're in a hotel room and on our way to the island tomorrow. So it's we're so excited to get back and do a whole bunch of stuff and hope that, like, fingers crossed, that we will be able to and won't be stuck for an entire year because we have a little trouble with our barge, just a little one.
That barge.
Yeah, that barge.
Who would ever think of someone have to buy a barge just to live?
Well, it was either that or a hovercraft.
Hovercraft.
Yeah.
So at any rate, I'm going to tell the people why I started watching your channel. Because, well, for one thing, these guys bought an island. And that right there that's pretty unique. There are not too many people get to buy an island. But then, of course, what do you have to have in order to get back and forth across the waterway but a barge? And I started watching their journey with getting this barge. And I'm going to let them tell the actual story of it. But that's where I knew I had to go back and binge watch from the beginning. So explain to them why you didn't get a barge locally.
Well, we tried. A couple of reasons we couldn't is there weren't any available. Well, there were some available, but they were like 250 feet long and big ocean going barges, right? We just needed a lake barge. So we originally thought, we probably would want about a 40-foot barge. And we couldn't find any anywhere. And so then we thought, well, let's see if we can have one built. We had no idea how much it would cost to have one built. So we went and sought out a marine architect that lived up the highway from us. And we met with them, and that's in one of the episodes. And it was pretty neat because he was, using his CAD design and all that stuff right in front of us. We could do this, just put these struts here, that kind of thing, right? Reinforce it here. And at the end of the day, they felt that with their technology, they didn't have enough experience to guarantee that we wouldn't end up at the bottom of the lake. So we didn't take that as the most special vote of confidence, if you know what I mean. So they ended up saying, you know what, guys, we really just don't have time to do this. And we said, okay, that's fine. And so then we talked to another builder, but the builder was in Ontario. And we went all through the process of designing it and speccing it out and all that kind of stuff. And we were just about to sign the contract, actually. And Melody said, well, why don't we just take one more look? Because having a barge built was really, really expensive. And we only have a finite budget, right? So we thought, okay, Melody said, let's have another look. We had a look. And what happened, honey?
There was this barge, this almost perfect barge sitting there right in front of us. And
it just was posted.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been hoping and praying that we would.
Okay, we'll take it.
And what platform was that advertisement on?
Was it Kijiji? So in Canada, we have something called Kijiji. I don't know if you have it there.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I think it was.
I've never used it.
Yeah, just an online marketplace, kind of like Facebook Marketplace, right?
That's what I thought it was Marketplace, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. So then we both looked at each other and just went, wow, okay. I mean, this is it. This is it. Let's get our boots and coats on and head out to Ontario with the dog. So that's what we did, literally.
And how many miles is that?
Oh,
it's 2,100 miles.
2,100 miles.
All the way across the country.
But then the thing of it is that we didn't have a way to even get it back. So we started looking for a trailer. And so
we didn't have a trailer. So
we were like, how are we going to get it?
So we bought the barge without seeing it because he had multiple people looking for it. We said, we'll take it. And that was it. We sewed it up. And we just crossed our fingers. And he seemed like a really, really nice guy when we were talking to him, really ethical. And turns out our gut instincts were correct. Just a prince of a man.
Yeah, he was great.
Well,
he was offered more money from other people, and he gave us our word, or his word, and he stuck with the deal. And it was just verbal. I mean, who does that anymore?
Yeah, and the process of even getting it on the trailer and then traveling across country with it and going under bridges, and I'm not going to tell too much, but
yeah.
We
had
a
story to watch.
Oh.
It was an interesting story to live.
I've lived similar stories to that with trailers and hauling used cars and stuff like that with my cousin, and tires blowing out and axles breaking. And
you know how it goes when you're looking for stuff. You make a million phone calls and you hope somebody gets back to you, right?
Yeah.
And we were looking at the time we thought maybe we would need a bulldozer. We didn't know what we were doing. We thought, well, let's look for a bulldozer. Good thing we didn't get a bulldozer because we ended up not needing it. But anyways, we were looking at getting a bulldozer, like an old one, right? And just something to push trees around and make a clear space. And when we were talking to this guy, we said, do you have anything else that we might need? Because we ended up not taking the bulldozer. And he said, well, I have this trailer. And we said, well, tell us about it. He says, it's 28 feet long. And we went, what? We're looking at each other because our barge is 28 feet long. So it was like the stars and planets were just lining up.
See, now, why didn't you try to tow it with your RV? Could you imagine? That would be horrible.
Well, honestly, there's not a lot that we want.
It's not an RV; it's a trailer, right? It's a
wheel.
Fifth wheel. Okay.
Yeah, fifth wheel. So no, there's not a lot that we won't try, and
yeah, but training a barge behind a fifth wheel, that's something I think I would try.
It'd make for great YouTube content.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give them any ideas. Oh no.
Yeah, we have something called CDSE in Canada. It's vehicle safety people, right? and they travel the highway looking for suspect loads. If they would have seen that, we'd both be in jail.
Or jackknife.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jackknifed running up a escape ramp.
What's that, honey?
Oh, there's just so many wonderful people that I'm seeing on here, and I just feel like I just
If
need
you
to,
want to take some time to look at some of that, let's
yeah,
look at
just
some
all of
these
these
people.
wonderful, amazing people. You know, when we started this journey, we again, we've said this before, but we did this for the family so that they could participate and be involved, because, you know, you have these children that you think will all move down the block from you, and you'll all have like little Friday evening dinners together, and then they decide to move into another country, and you know, you just don't get to spend as much time with them as you'd wish, especially with COVID. That changed our lives. I mean, it changed our world in a way, didn't it? Because
Yeah.
even our two countries, you know, Canada was very, you know, without getting political at all, it was we were literally locked up. I mean, we just couldn't even leave our own country. So I wasn't even able to see my own children for a long time. And so this channel was a way for them to share all of our experiences. So thank you so much. And I see Lazy Days, and I see, oh my goodness, there's so many people here that I just want to hug and talk to and thank so much, because you've been so supportive and wonderful to us. So I don't even know where to start, but coffee walks. And again, I think I saw Willow Place Farm. Willow Place Farm is my daughter, and they have a homestead in Ohio that they've built, a beautiful new place. FW, I'm wondering if that's my other daughter. But all of these people, Heather Lansford, Lynn the Okie, there's so many people that we don't even know, but we're
Yes,
sure.
PSV Odyssey and Sherman Family Farm and our cabin in the woods.
Really? Yeah. Oh, look at that. You've got one. Oh, nice. Evelyn Newman and Grilling Addiction.
No
yeah,
judgment.
there's just
No judgment here. I turned her onto your channel, and she's been binge watching you.
I love her. I just, oh my, we would be just friends.
You
I know
get
Tish.
to know her. You will love her.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that your children are in Texas, right?
So I have my boys. I've got identical twin boys that are in university in Texas, and they're getting their doctorates in chiropractic medicine. And then I have my youngest daughter. Lives in Ohio with her husband and three little girls.
For you come see me.
I know. And then my oldest daughter, my firstborn, lives in London, England, and so it's been, it was too long from, you know, being able to see them after COVID. So we've gotten to do that, and we've got that all out of our system now, and we're back to the island again. So coffee walks.
What part of Ohio?
Xenia, actually. So just out of Dayton.
Okay, so that's like southwest.
Right.
Yeah, you need to get to know Tish. She's wonderful. And her husband. Her husband, Pooch. Well, Mike. We call him Pooch because everybody needs a friend named Pooch.
Yeah, no kidding. I think I'm going to have to read all of these after, because it's so hard to scroll through them all.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you for coming.
There's Lindsay with Into the Mist and Hiking with Jackie Boy and
yes, hi.
Wow.
ENS Odyssey.
Oh, this is so wonderful.
The Homestead. Yeah, they're all
hi
in
guys.
Here. I haven't been able to find a good balance of communicating with the chat and having people as a guest.
It's hard, isn't it?
In one way or the other.
Yeah.
So
Linda Peterson, hi.
Gilliam's Gilliam Farm is in here.
Okay. Jesse and Lisa.
Yeah, we thought long and hard about getting a dozer, but it was really at the beginning of everything, and we hadn't even been to the island yet. So we thought we were kind of putting the cart before the horse a little bit, you know.
A dozer
So
might have been a little too heavy for the barge, though, wouldn't it have?
Yeah, it can
Because you're
handle.
pushing it with the backhoe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're not kidding. Oh.
Yeah, what
And
can
then-
the barge carry?
Well, I
Yes,
don't
how
know.
heavy it was. The barge can carry about 10 tons.
Yeah.
So it has to be a pretty small dozer.
And you have to keep it balanced pretty good too. That would I'd flip that sucker.
You
I'd
know,
have that sucker flipped.
that's the terrifying part, is that I watched a video where that happened. And so I thought, well, this will be us. And I was actually scared, and not too many things scare me. That did though. Oh, but anyways, I mean, we made it.
We started out going
No,
over
because
together on the
people
barge.
haven't seen it. People haven't seen it, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say,
a little tiny bit, we can tell you.
yeah, we
Well, you
started
gotta
out
tell them
going over.
enough to make them
Yeah.
know that they want to go
Yeah.
over there and look at
Okay,
it.
we
So-
flipped the barge. No.
Yeah, we flipped the barge
Yeah.
with the backhoe on it.
Oh, no kidding. We started out going over together on the barge, but then, you know, like Melody said, there was one time she was really scared. And so now you might see us towing the boat, because if she gets scared, she'll jump in the boat and I'll be on the barge myself with a sketchy load.
Well, for me,
You know what?
at that
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, at that moment when I actually did get nervous enough, I thought, oh my goodness, what's the most important thing here? And so I got my laptop, threw it in the boat, and then I was all okay as long as my laptop was saved. And there's
She
my
grabs the
husband and
laptop
dog.
and jumps in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I had no idea what the makeup of a barge like that would be, and it's basically, how thick is the metal on that over a steel frame?
It's 1/4 inch thick.
Oh, it is.
And yeah, and it's 1/4 inch thick at the rake and at the back, and 3/16 everywhere else. And it's got a lot of internal structure, but it doesn't have any bulkheads. So one leak, the whole thing fills up.
I'd fill it with spray foam.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
be my answer to it.
I'm putting a bilge pump in it because it didn't have one. I thought at the very least we need a bilge pump. So
How did you feel when you had to drill that hole in it for the drain plug?
Yeah. That was.
yeah, well,
Oh,
when you're going, it seems counterintuitive, right? To drill holes in something you want to float. But
you guys got to go to the channel and find out what happened when they drilled the drain hole.
yeah, that was interesting.
No, I'd figure that would be a leak spot. That would be my what do you call it? Anxiety about drilling a drain hole on something like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you
I
need it.
thought
You
so.
really need it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, when we
natural
were-
condensation builds up in there. Has it done it much since?
No, it hasn't.
Oh,
We
that's
opened it up. What, last time we were there, we opened it up and it was dry.
Well, a couple weeks. Yeah. And we thought there must, or maybe something in there, but it was dry. But it sure made a difference when we got that drained out, because that load was, with the water swooshing the whole time while you're driving, it makes a difference when you're driving.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, but that's got to be amazing. I mean, I'm sure you've taken it out there and just kind of parked it in the middle of the water and just
Oh,
sat and enjoyed I mean, some people get a thrill out of kayaking and doing that, but to be on a barge would be amazing, especially if you can set up lawn chairs and all that stuff.
yeah. So that you must have missed that episode, because we actually did get to do that. And,
I don't think I missed it. I think that's what stoked me to say that.
Oh, okay. Very smart. Yeah, that's exactly what we did, and fished off it, and that was such a great night with our family.
Yeah. You had visitors for how long did they stay? They were
About
there
a
for a
week.
while.
About a week, yeah.
And that was your sister and
My sister and brother-in-law and her daughter and friend, and it was just so wonderful. Well, their daughter. It wasn't just her daughter, it was theirs.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, we had such a great time. And my brother-in-law was a faller. So that was really nice because we had some dangerous trees out there. We still do, that we're a bit nervous about, that will just fall right over. And the deadfall on that island is unbelievable. So, how we're going to get that cleared up? I guess at some point we'll just have to.
Well, we have the rest of our lives, really.
Yeah, tree by
Cleared
tree. Yeah.
Now, is there anywhere that you were able to research and find out what went on that island before with the cabins and the structures that were there? Do you know anything about that past story?
Yeah, so we were really fortunate to be able to speak with the original family who lived on that island 75, 80 years ago.
Really?
It was
that long ago.
Yes, yeah. It was a family, a First Nations family here in BC, and they had 11 children, and they had a bit of a, I guess, a fishing type business. They were fishing guides and hunting guides, and that's where the cabins came from. And we got to interview one of the children who is now probably in her 60s or 70s, maybe even. And they still live very close and really lovely people. And we've heard good things about them and are hoping to maybe get a couple of the other ones on to be able to interview. And there apparently are pictures of that old resort back in the day that have been taken. And so we are really excited to look at those too, because that cabin that you see is dilapidated and ready to fall any day and may. That was a really lovely place at one point. They said that there was a lawn there were fishing boats, and that it was just a really neat place. And then the father of those 11 children became ill and got cancer and had to sell the island to pay for his treatments. And so the whole family had to leave. And I felt,
oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So, after meeting her, the funny thing too about this is that we were so excited. I don't know if you saw this, you probably did, but in the beginning, the island didn't have a name. We didn't think. We talked to the realtor. We said, what's the name? He said, well, there isn't one, I don't think. So we thought, oh, okay, we'll have a contest and people can help us name the island. And when we got to the island, someone just offhandedly said, so are you the guys that bought Bird Island?
What?
We're like, oh no, really? And yeah, we already had the contest going. So
and we had all these great suggestions from different viewers, right?
Yeah.
We weren't able to use any of them, unfortunately.
But just in honor of that original family, we wanted to keep, and it's their last name. So I thought that was kind of sweet. And we love the name now. And, every little structure is going to have some kind of bird theme probably. But it was really nice to be able to meet those people and be able to keep their legacy going by keeping that name.
What a great story. What a great story. So how many structures were on there that you found roughly?
So 4 or 5. Yeah, there was the main house. And then I believe 3 other cabins for sure. And another shed behind that was completely to the ground. But we found cans and bottles and, that kind of thing is fun too, looking around and finding little old bottles and things like that. We found a big generator that they must have used. So
yeah, and an old Land Cruiser from like the 40s or 50s or something, like maybe 60s. But anyways, it was this old Jeep.
And it turns out that they brought that over on a raft. So if we think our barge story was scary.
Yeah, these guys, they just lashed a few trees together and brought this Jeep over.
Well, a log will float.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of sounds like our style of thing that we do. But they were brave, and that sweet little vehicle is there to this day. So I would love to get it, cleaned up and have it as a I don't know, a little car to drive around in at some point. I think it'd be cute.
Needs a lot of work, honey.
I know.
How does that work with the other side of the waterway where you leave for the island? I mean, do you have a space where you park your vehicles and stuff, or is it just it's like
Yeah,
your space, or?
It's such a good question. So we actually put in what would you call that? An application.
An application, yeah.
To rent some Crown land. So Crown land in Canada is land that, people it's owned by the Crown, and you can rent it, you can lease it for a very small amount and use it. And that's what we really wanted to do. But now in British Columbia, they have restrictions about who can do that anymore. And so we have not been able to get that land. We were pretty sure that we were going to be able to just get a small area to park, to put our vehicles and our boat. So this is a little bit of a sketchy issue for us now. We're not really sure what we're going to do.
It was so much work, and they never let on that there was going to be any issues, and so we went through all the hoops and did all the planning and submitted all the documents and all the permits and all the applications, and at the end they said, no, we don't do that anymore. So
you have to be, so we aren't eligible for that land. So we're hoping maybe someday that will change. I have another interesting story that I'm going to be able to share at some point that will maybe change that for us.
Yeah.
But I can't do it quite yet because we want to have more information for you, and so stay tuned for that. But
yeah, well, I've been staying tuned.
Look at the comment from
Linda Peterson says, lease the Crown land, but no taking wood from the Crown land. Yes, I know. We're just not able to even clear anything anymore either on the Crown land. And so sorry that, we've gotten into visiting here that we haven't really been looking at these comments. And yes, Bird Island is the name. Oh dear, because not everybody would have known that to begin with. Sorry. Now you all know.
And this curmudgeon, Alaska, did you look at that old generator? If it's a lister, you could get it running again. Yeah, we took a look at it. And do you remember what kind it was?
No.
I can't remember the name of it either. But it's this big, massive thing. It probably weighs 2 tons, and big diesel generator. And I looked at it, and it was only rated for 30 amps. I thought that was pretty funny. It's old.
Wow, there's
some solar systems.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Jesse from Lazy Days says, while they were there, it was like watching old episodes of I Love Lucy. I tend to get a little excited at times. And so I love to fish. That's my thing. Love to fish. And
there's some funny episodes of her fishing.
Yeah. So it's kind of a new pastime. I mean, I did it when I was a child and I loved it so much. And so, not everybody would have known that about me, like my friends. I mean, we're business people. So being, on the land like we are now isn't something that everybody would have expected maybe from us, but it's just, oh my, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on earth than where we are. So
Curmudgeon just said, Ryan, those old gens are hard to kill. I will get in touch and tell you what to look for. Well, that'd be great. I wouldn't mind talking about it. It's a big one. That's for sure. And it would be kind of a neat project to see if we could resurrect that.
Yeah, well, you could, because you know what? Ryan honestly can do anything. And I'm not even kidding. He can do anything. And I'm just like the little helper person. But I really love getting in there and doing as much as I can. And it's just not always possible. So Tish said, you guys are such a wonderful team. Thank you so much.
Yes, you are.
Oh,
I love watching a lot of these YouTube channels where couples are involved that really work well as a team. And there's many of them that I watch.
Yeah.
And I really do enjoy seeing that because it's not always the case in marriages. And
It is nice to watch, isn't it? I agree with you. There's people that we watch too, and we always say to each other, "Oh, they're so nice to each other.
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah.
lovely?" Like it really, it makes a real impact, and it is nice to watch.
on camera, what are
Yeah,
they
that's
like?
true.
What are they like behind the camera? Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, with us, it's what you see is what you get. We started off saying we're going to be authentic. And that's why in our trailer it said, you'll probably see us laugh, probably cry, make
Okay, there's
mistakes.
literally one coming up where crying because it was a wild one.
I was hoping that was going to make the cutting room floor, that one.
Oh,
Still debating whether to air that one or not.
it was a hard day.
Let's just say I was very vulnerable.
So let's talk a little bit about what's on the island with you. What kind of bug situation do you got?
Oh. Whoa. The bugs are, I have to say, they are shocking. They are unreal. Every kind of bug you can imagine. And we weren't prepared when we went in. We just weren't, and I had shorts and short sleeves and oh my word, this year it's tight as a drum. I've got like mosquito gear. I've got jackets. I was so badly bitten with so many different kinds of bugs last year. So we have learned a lot.
You haven't been bitten once this year.
I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have been bitten this year. So, but like big, just over the top, enormous bugs, where you just look to the side and is that a bird coming towards you or like they're just crazy. I don't know.
We have to change the name to Bug Island. Hey, there's Tree Haven. How you doing, buddy?
Name it Bug Island. It's funny.
Bird bug.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of spiders, but what we do here when we're out walking and stuff, especially just when the sun goes down, we'll hear rustling and Opal will start growling and we'll hear rustling and we'll check it out. We'll go chasing after the rustling with a flashlight and you'll see leaves moving and you finally find it and it's frogs. We have these frogs that walk all over the island at night.
Yeah.
It's the most interesting thing. I've never seen that. They just walk. They don't hop. They don't make any noise. They just walk around.
It's interesting. Well, not with frogs and bugs and stuff like that and things that can fly, but what other kind of animals, wildlife do you see on the property? Anything scary? Anything that you're concerned about?
When we came out the other day, we saw 2 black bears. Actually, when we came in, we saw 2 black bear. When we drove out, we saw another 2 black bear. And so we thought, oh, well, maybe this year there is a possibility that they could be on the island. We did find that skeleton of something that we think was probably a moose. But being on the island itself, honestly, we have never seen anything but frogs and a beaver. That is it.
And squirrels. That's it.
That's it.
And all of those could have swam over.
Yeah, exactly. Now we have heard, and the people down the lake have said that they have seen, moose swimming across. You can see when you're on the island, if you look out towards the other shore, apparently they have said that you can see the bears. And we are in grizzly bear country, but we've never seen one yet. And we're really kind of hoping that they don't decide, to become too friendly. But the wilderness is so big out here. It's huge. There's, miles and miles and miles for them to roam. And so I think the island wouldn't be interesting enough for them, especially if there's activity and, the dog barking and all of those kinds of things. So we haven't seen anything else. And I feel really safe there.
Yeah.
But
and Opal's a great guard dog. She growls at everything. And yeah, we won't have a clue, but she'll let us know if something's running around or that kind of thing.
Justin just popped in here. He's the channel that we were all on together, or when Melody came in.
That's right.
That's where I met you. That's where I met you.
That's right. Yes. Hi, Justin. Nice to have you on.
I told him I was going to wear a shirt when I had you on.
Yeah. Curmudgeon also said, are you guys allowed to have weapons? We have too many bears in our area up here in Alaska. So we are allowed to have weapons, but here it's kind of odd, isn't it? We don't know how to shoot or how to, I mean, we'd like to learn. Probably not a bad idea, but it's every single thing that you have here has to be registered and it has to be turned in now. There's a new rule with our leader here in Canada. So we have to learn more. We want to take a course in order to be able to fire and do it all the right way. So the gentleman that we were going to take a course with actually died of a stroke this last year. So we weren't able to complete that. And it was so sad. But we will find someone that will teach us. If any of you guys want to come out to the island and teach us how to shoot a gun, a weapon, I mean, just to keep us safe, that would be much appreciated. Everybody's welcome out to Bird Island.
Yeah, be careful. You might have a lot of people out there. They'll be all hanging on your barge trying to get across.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice shout out from Lazy Days there.
That's great. Yeah, thank you so much.
Lazy Days he's a great moderator.
So great. Yeah.
There's Bobblehead in here too.
Bobblehead. Oh, nice.
I didn't actually say hi to Pooch. Good evening, Pooch. Thanks for coming in. Full blown country.
Oh, thank you, DJ Turner.
He just made 800. He just made 800 yesterday, I think. So.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
Pretty happy to see that.
Wow. Oh, wow. You guys are so great. Thank you for all your questions and comments and Into the Mist. Yeah, your truck. Wow. I love that truck.
You know what? You saying that about answering comments and stuff, you're going to be doing a live tomorrow night, right?
Yes, we are. And so we're the slightest bit nervous about it. When I was talking with my family, I said, honestly, probably like 2 people will come, but just come and be there. And I think there's either 2 or 3 of my children in right now. So hi guys. Thank you so much for coming and watching this whole process. But yes, we'll be on tomorrow night at 7 Central. And if anybody has any questions that maybe they haven't thought of or we haven't gotten to tonight, just maybe go over to our community page and send us a quick note, and we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, so, and I'll be posting it also on my community tab.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I was going to do that today, but I think it would have been buried, so I figured I would do it better. It would be more effective tomorrow.
Thank you, Brian.
That. Great job. Yeah, I think I'm going to be there. I encourage all of you in the chat to be there tomorrow night, and that would mean you would have 55 people in your chat.
55? Wow,
you got 55 people right now.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of people. I can't see that number on here anywhere. So
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Only the host sees that. Or
I see.
Well, if you were on YouTube, just in the chat, you could see that.
Wow. Oh, consider me there, DJ Turner just said.
And if you want me to show you how to pop up your YouTube chat, so you can have that as well while you're doing your live tomorrow, because that shows your moderators.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
They're going to need moderators tomorrow, people, because
anybody want to be a moderator for us? I'm not sure how that works.
You don't see the blue. You don't see the YouTube one.
No.
Oh, Drew Lenz just asked if we're all from Alaska or Canada. I think we're all from all over the place, right?
No, he's saying we're y'all.
Us.
He's.
Oh yeah.
I would say he's from Texas, maybe, and that's what they say is y'all.
He just deserves.
Pardon us. We're from Canada. What do we know? Sorry.
There's 55 of us. Where are we all from?
So, we are from Canada. We're from British Columbia, Canada. We are 12 hours north of Vancouver on a 62-acre island in the wilderness. And you name any animal that's out there, and I think there's wolverines and wolves,
Yeah.
and kind of all the wild ones. So, they're in Castro's son's territory. Exactly. Oops. Pardon. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're seeing all these comments now. Oh, will you really, Jesse? He says, I'll mod for you. Thank you so much. We weren't really sure of how to ask people. And tonight, all of you guys who are in here, who are commenting, if we aren't getting to them, it's only because we are just missing them because we're talking. But I'm going to read every single one after. And
yeah,
thank you so much. Oh, okay, Wanda. Yes.
Yeah, and tomorrow night it'll be just them, so they can concentrate on just the content or the comments.
Yeah, we really want to answer questions people might have, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So be there tomorrow night, people. 7 o'clock.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
I know I'm going to be there.
You will? Oh my. Thank you so much.
Why wouldn't I be there? I want to see your first live.
Yeah. Okay, here goes.
Start install. I don't want to do that right now. No, I don't.
What was that?
I got a notification if I wanted to restart my computer and install the new update. I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, to do it automatically.
That's very sweet. Thank you. Oh, make sure you change your chat feed to live chat. Okay, so chat feed. I guess I'll be doing that tomorrow, will I? Okay.
Live chat. Yeah.
So we've had somebody asked what it was like to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
No. I'm listening to you.
We had somebody ask what it was like to just land on the island with nothing there but trees. And remember when we did that, honey? We had no place to even park our tiny little skiff. We actually had to get off with the chainsaw first and carve our way in to get on the island.
Yeah.
It was, and it's literally been, it's just been a complete brand new situation where everything there had to have been, we had to cut trees down and everything just to move around in there. It was unbelievable.
Thank you, Lindsay.
How did that feel to see that cabin for the first time?
Oh, it was, well, again, I stood there kind of reminiscing about what might have gone on in the past.
Yeah.
And I just, I could just see, what might have been. And it's kind of, I feel a big responsibility now that we do well and do right with that island because of that original family, that precious family. And so we want to make sure that everything that we do is I guess in honor of what they first started, as well as we so much would love to have our family come on as well.
Yeah.
But maybe that will happen at some point. And it's an amazing, exciting feeling. Oh, and another thing, the stars.
Oh yeah.
You know how like we're in the cities now, and so it feels like, where did the stars go? Right? When you're in the big cities and you see like a little twinkle, or maybe Elon Musk's satellites, a few of them, but out in the wilderness, it is the most amazing, miraculous thing to see those beautiful stars, those heavenly bodies, and we're just so happy to look up at them every night. So now we've got our windows in. I'll just tell you that one tiny.
Oh, you already got them in,
but I can't show you yet.
But they're not on the video.
Yeah. But when I have to just say, the other night, laying in bed and looking up, you could see the stars in the sky laying in your bed, and that's what I used to do as a little girl. I used to lay. Oh, I've told Ryan this, and he's like, "Okay." But
it's a nice story.
Well, I used to, pretend I was Anne of Green Gables and Pippi Longstocking and all those, and lay across my bed if there was a sunbeam and just kind of lay there. And just because I thought that was a really romantic thing to do.
Or moonbeam.
A moonbeam. No, I meant a moonbeam. Yeah. And so now there's moonbeams and like starlight, and it's amazing. And we say this so much, you're probably so sick of it, but it's just every moment that we're there, that's how we feel. it really is so amazing to be out there.
So how did you convince Ryan that you wanted that he wanted to move on to an island?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Because
It
this was
wasn't,
kind of a dream of yours, and not necessarily an island, but just being out in nature and
yeah,
in
that's
the
right,
woods and stuff.
exactly. I used to have, and the truth of this is though, I used to have an aversion to camping, an aversion to being out in the woods. When I was young, I had a few camping experiences that just made me, they weren't the best. And I don't know what happened to me as I grew older. And so in the past, I don't know how many years,
Yeah.
10, I would say, I really started to watch, these wilderness programs and Alaskan programs, and just became, almost a little over the top with them. And so Ryan would watch them with me too. And I'd say, "Oh, wouldn't you love to go out and do that?" And he's like, "Nope, not me." And I'm like, "Oh, well, maybe we aren't meant for each other." But then he started to kind of come around. I don't know what changed it for you. What did change it?
Your excitement is infectious.
Aw, see?
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, he just decided one day that well, it didn't go quite as smooth as planned, but when my sister sent us this ad, and when we found it, of course, I had to have this island. I had to. It couldn't pass our hands, and so Ryan wasn't that keen about the idea, but we did put in our offer, and then it did get accepted eventually. And that day, he looked at me and said, "You know what? I don't think we can do this."
I was questioning the wisdom of buying an island sight unseen. I didn't know if it was just one big rock, or we had no idea what it was like, if it had any marketable timber, or if there was any building sites on it. We had no idea, and I thought, wow, it's a lot of money for just a big gamble.
And so, and that made sense. And so I thought, well, realistically, maybe it's silly, but I really, really wanted to do this whole thing and to live that dream. And so anyways, he called the realtor after it had been accepted, and he said, "So yeah, I don't think we're going to do this." And so then he got off the phone, and the realtor said, "Oh, are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then about an hour later, you called back.
I called back and I said, "You know what? We're going to take it." And he says, "Is that your final answer?"
Are you sure? So
So we did, and I got off the phone with him, and Melody just started crying and saying, "Thank you so much." And then I knew in my heart that, oh, that was the right thing to do, because she was so stoic to just support me, but she really wanted it, and that meant the world to me. So
chase your dreams. That's right.
yeah, exactly. So that clinched it for me. And that moment, I was all in, 100% all in.
Yeah.
And I have been ever since, and I love it.
So what did you find out about whether the timber was marketable or what?
We haven't even looked into that.
We've never
Oh, you
looked into
haven't?
that.
No, there's big trees
Because
there, though.
maybe you could get a spot cleared for yourself and not have to do it
Well,
yourself.
that's true. Yeah, that is true. And I know that, there's a tiny little community. It's kind of a summer community. There's, I think, 3 people that live there all year long, way down the lake. I think they were very nervous that somebody would come in and log it or turn it into a resort, a fishing resort or something. So when we, little what shoes were we wearing the whole time, the first season?
Crocs.
Oh, Crocs. Little Croc wearing people that didn't have a clue when they, we came onto the scene. I think that they were relieved that we didn't look terribly threatening. And they were so kind to us and have been so wonderful to us. And my point about that was what, to begin with? I've lost my initial point, but you said, well, sorry, I kind of got off here, but
well, we didn't have a lot of experience, and the people there were wondering, oh, did some big corporation buy it? Are they going to put an amusement park on it? Are they going to take all the trees down? And yeah, we're not going to do any of that.
No, we're not going to do any of that, and we do have to clear out the scary ones, and But aside from that, we will be clearing land for cabins. We have a geothermal greenhouse in the plans, so that we could have food all year long. That's going to be an exciting thing to do.
That'll be a big project, but and we've never done anything like it before, but we haven't done any of this before, and we seem to be doing okay. We're still alive, have all our limbs and fingers and toes, so we'll take on the greenhouse.
Are there multiple islands, or is this just like one in this?
Just one. Yeah.
Just one. Wow.
Just one. And it's on a lake, and that's what we love, is being on a lake.
Yeah, the lake
And
is
how big
30.
is it?
It's 62 acres.
62 acres. Wow.
Yeah, the lake is 32
like
kilometers long, so it's a good sized lake.
We're 67 acres.
Wow.
Well, that's big. That's big for an
Yeah.
island. I mean, you bought an island. That just wow.
Honestly though, Brian, like we've only literally been on 5% of it, because there's so many trees, and we'll get there. But it's going to take a while to clear, and little paths.
Yeah, we're just so busy, building shelters and clearing out tree roots so we don't kill ourselves, and we're trying to walk around and stuff. It's a lot of work.
Bye-bye, Heather. Thank you for coming in.
You definitely have to oh, I didn't say hi to Heather. Bye, Heather. You definitely have to have a place where you can work from and situated. You can't just wander around the island without a home base all set up.
Yes, exactly. And so I don't know
that was the impetus behind the bird nest, the little tiny cabin that we're in. We call it the bird nest.
But not everybody knows about the bird nest yet, is the thing.
I
know, we don't know what to say.
Only 41 people found out.
Yeah.
You have how many subscribers? Is it like 670 something? I can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah, we're about 675 roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll be getting some, because there's people in this community that don't know who you are yet.
Right,
So
right.
We're gonna have to tell them.
Thank you.
We'll have to tell them. Well, there's a lot of people in here that I didn't know.
Oh. Yeah, it's been so wonderful. And this has been a surprise to us as well. We have 681. Wowee. Oh my goodness.
So
wow.
you've gained roughly 7 of them.
Wow. Thank you. 682. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, everyone.
Everybody go subscribe to their channel. Make sure you leave a comment on one of their videos and like it so that your subscription sticks.
Thank
so
you
check
so
out
much.
if you're somebody that's coming from their side of the channel or their side of the woods, certainly.
Oh, thank you, Back to Country. Thanks so much. 684. Jesse's just, wow, you guys. Thank you so much. This is so great.
All right, let's go for that 1,000 tonight. We only have 44 people now. So
it all started just as a way for us to communicate with the kids, and it's taken on a life of its own, and we love it. We've met so many wonderful people.
That's the thing. Literally, it's so wonderful and comforting to find like-minded people that.
Never mind. Keep going. I just was screwing up something. That's all.
Oh, no problem. And we've met so many wonderful people in this community. So thank you. And we would love to go to the meetup next year. We would really love to do that and just meet you face to face, a lot of you. So
is MT having another one next year?
It's not going to be run by MT. It's going to be, because somebody leave that in the chat. I want to say it's Drifting 5 is going to be one of the people running that.
Thank you, 2 old people on a couch. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, wowee.
686.
Oh, Gilliam Farms only needs 44 to get to 1,000.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I subbed to Gilliam the other day. Yeah.
Is there anybody else that's close to a mile marker?
Oh, the meetup will be located in Arkansas by the Drifting
Yes.
Dreamer spot. Okay. Oh, nice, bobblehead.
We'll put that up.
Blue Mountain Lake, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, we'll have to pull in that RV of ours.
Yeah.
Or bring
Well,
the barge and just sleep on that.
you might want to book your spot before too long.
So many people go to those, eh?
Well, it was a lot bigger this
Good night,
year,
Tish.
than we thought it was going to be. Good night, Tish. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Love you. Yeah, I don't think they imagined that it was going to be this big this year, and it was very successful. We had a great time.
We've seen such good night, PS the Odyssey. Thank you for coming.
They're leaving us.
Everybody's going. It's getting late,
No,
I
it's
suppose.
still 46, 47 people in the house, so it's
Wow.
we still have a few more minutes. So where do you see yourself a year from now? What would you like to accomplish in a year?
Well,
so we went through our list today. We go through our list a lot, and we have a lot of things that we have planned and that we're going to be working on. And growing food is a really, really important part of it for me. So we've picked up some things. I am going to be building a greenhouse in the interim until we get a bigger one. I'm going to be building it on my own by myself.
With her pink tool belt and her pink hammer.
So I'm excited. Oh, thank you, Willow Place Farm. That's my daughter. And she and her husband have a lovely place in Ohio, a beautiful farm there. So thank you for coming.
So a year from now, to answer your question, we want to have our solar system up, and we want to have our water system, dialed in with the UV and all that, because it's lake water. There's a chance we could have beaver fever. So we want to avoid that. And the best way to treat that is with ultraviolet. So we want to do that. And we want to have a shop, a big building to house stuff, secure building. So, and to do projects and that kind of thing, right? Out of the weather. Yeah.
So we've got our solar panels. And I hope you don't lose those instructions, Melody. Oh,
that's funny.
Oh, I know.
I was going to bring that just wrote itself, that story.
That was so funny. We didn't know until we looked at the video. It was so funny.
We knew after that she had done that, but we completely forgot that it would be on the video, or just didn't look at the video again. But to watch that little monkey trot away and so proud with those instructions, oh, that was so funny. Yeah.
I've never seen a dog so happy.
I could tell you honestly did not know she was doing that. You're doing it. You're working on putting that thing together, and the dog's back there chewing on it.
I'm like pulling it.
And you had it perfect. I mean, the camera was on it, so we could see it the whole time. And then you're like, "Where are my instructions?"
Oh man, that little monkey.
Now I'm going to do this from time to time on my channel. I don't know how often I'm going to do it, but when we're done, I just put the StreamYard link up for people to come into the private chat. I mean, after the live is over, some people can come in if they want to chat. You don't have to stay if you want to go to bed. I know you've had a rough day. Or you can.
We would love to. We'd love to talk to somebody.
And then that way you can talk to some of these people directly if you want to.
Oh, that would be great. We'd love to do that. Yes. And it's been almost an hour.
It's been an hour exactly.
Well, that's what it is. It's an hour show.
Just like that.
Wow. Yeah. That was fun.
It was.
Oh, Micah just said you should tell people the story of how you got Opal. Yeah, she's we only have 8 seconds left. So she is a Mexican rescue dog. So
there's no deadline.
Oh, there's not? Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, we got her rescue, and she's always been a naughty dog, like very naughty and very rude, and rude to this guy.
She's very rude to me. Yeah, unless she wants something, she's quite manipulative.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Jesse.
That way. What's that?
Yeah. Jesse just said 688. I mean, I just can't even believe my eyes.
Yeah, it can go up. And this is going to be in the replay too, so people get that.
Fun.
They'll be asked to subscribe to your channel.
Oh.
We actually got Opal through a website called Bone Voyage. That's kind of a neat name for a website. And they facilitate new homes for distressed animals in Mexico.
Yeah.
And so they flew her up to Canada for us, and we met them there.
Look at Jesse. Opal doesn't like things made in China.
That's funny.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you so much.
In the
My
video,
daughter's
you
name is
didn't.
Micah.
In the video, you didn't really show or say how hard it was to put it together. You just kind of did it in time lapse, didn't you? What was that like putting it together without the instructions?
Oh, yeah. No, it was a little. Oh, and what we didn't see, and this is the beauty of editing, is that I got a little bit of help. Because he can do everything. And then I kind of got a bit.
You do everything.
And then I got kind of a bit discouraged because I didn't really have everything together. So,
yeah, that was funny. She says, "Who needs instructions?" And then they're gone.
I think that's the going thing for anybody who's unboxing anything on a YouTube. If they take the instructions, I've even done it in my videos. You take the instructions, and you have to make sure that the viewers know that you're tossing them aside.
Good night, Karen. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
So we're going to be on for just a couple more minutes to give the people who want to come into the private chat a chance to grab that StreamYard link and pop in, because I think it goes away once we close out.
Okay.
Where's the link? Where's the StreamYard link?
It's pinned to the top of the YouTube.
They'll see it.
Well, you're already here, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So we don't have to worry about that. But everyone, thank you so much. It's been so great getting to know you all.
Yes, thank you for the support. We really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. You've got a wonderful channel there. The content is, it's amazing.
Hi, Brian. Brian, you've been wonderful coming in after us like that and being so supportive. So we're lucky to meet you guys.
Well, I see a lot of promise in your channel, and, you inspire me through your channel. When I'm thinking, sometimes I think about what you're doing when I'm figuring things out for my own channel.
Oh, thank you.
Which we do.
Brains of the operation, right here.
We need to learn from each other. It's always a good thing.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I get the most wonderful comments from all of you, but like things that help us too, because sometimes we honestly don't have a clue. And the things that you say really make so much sense. You know way better than we do. So thank you for taking the time even to say, hey, have you thought of doing it this way? That's very helpful for us.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, we've taken some of those comments and put them into practice.
Well, you know my number. You got my number now.
We do. You better be careful now. Yeah. We'll be making credit calls.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to pick my brain. I might pick your brain sometimes for something.
Always welcome. Always.
So next week, and I should have mentioned this already. Usually I do when the number's high in the chat. Team Tate. Team Tate Outdoors is my guest next week. I can't believe I always screw up on people's names. But he's my guest next week with his wife, and he's actually the one who won the cornhole boards at the Mid-America meetup. So,
oh wow,
get to know who they are.
Nice.
there are a lot of people that know them already, and there are a lot of you that don't. So next week,
Wonderful.
Wednesday at 9:00 Central, be there.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much to my moderators and everybody that came into the chat. And thank you so much. Melodi and Ryan. I swear I stumble on everybody's names.
That's okay.
I've been writing it all day long, typing.
I know.
Writing it on paper, and I always get the brain farts when it comes to names. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was our pleasure.
Good night.
Have
a good night, everybody. See you next Wednesday.
Good night.